Yo, what's good guys? Welcome to another video. I am Musan Mpenyana and this is Through the Windscreen. So I have a very special car again today for you guys, and that car is the Mercedes Benz C220d. Now this car is a car that I've been seeing a lot of good reviews about, and I mean, you can imagine it's a diesel, so the fuel economy is amazing. So let me talk about this more in the video. So without further ado, let's start this review. Okay guys, so let's talk about the exterior real quick. As you guys can see, this is a very beautiful car to look at, guys. Even the specific spec. Now this car has the AMG body kit on it, right? Which costs a lot of money, if I may say so, but it's worth it if you look at all the nice details. You get this nice chrome splitter in the front. You can decide whether you want this big Mercedes-Benz emblem or the common like grille without the emblem on it. But this also looks nice to show you that I have a Mercedes-Benz. And yeah, this is an option that I now see fit for its price. This is the Mercedes-Benz LED intelligent light system. So this one is, these type of lights are the lights where if there's a car in front of you, it prevents the high beams from dazzling the car in front of you. And also it corners with you. It has varying light distribution on the road. So it's an amazing thing to look at also. I won't even lie to you about that. So now we're gonna look inside, we're gonna look at the engine of the car. So this car is a 2-liter turbo diesel injection. TDI stands for turbo diesel injection, or CDI, controlled diesel injection. And this car is claimed, the fuel consumption is claimed to be 6.1 liters per 100 Ks, and I'll test that to see if it's true. And this car also has 131 kilowatts of power and 210 Newton meters of torque. So it's a car claimed to be very punchy, and I believe that it is it's quite awkward. It's closed now. And let's look at the tires. So now as you guys can see, these are 19-inch alloy wheels these are the AMG wheels you can get. I prefer these on top of the other ones, which are the 5-star spoke wheels. These mags for me specifically are my preference. You know, nice beautiful mirror caps with the indicators here. Chrome details on the car, you know, give it that premium feel. It is a Mercedes-Benz after all, with the panoramic roof on top. Now this is an optional extra. And then looking at the back of the car. Now, look at the back of the car. Now as you guys can see, this car, yes, is not like the current Mercedes-Benz. This is the previous generation, but still, it is an amazing car. You have a nice back rear bumper with, well, it is a fake diffuser, you know, because it's not a race car. And also, Mercedes-Benz, you must stop doing this. You must stop doing this. The fakery must stop. The exhaust is underneath the car, actually. So this is not the actual exhaust. And Mercedes-Benz must stop doing this, guys, please. You have the parking sensors here on the sides. The beautiful 3-pointed star, chrome bits, beautiful rear headlamps, and then nice gaps here, which are not real but fake. So, but it's also fine. Makes the car look nice. And that's it for the exterior, guys. Now let's go look inside the car and see how the car has changed, you know, over the years with the facelift now that we currently have. So let's check the inside. Okay, so now we're inside the Mercedes-Benz C220d. And as you guys can see, the steering wheel is a nice chunkier steering wheel, which is more of like a sports car type of thing. You know, if you guys look at the SLK review that I did, SLK 55 AMG, you can also see that it also has a pretty chunky steering wheel, a flat bottom steering wheel, which looks very nice. Nice steel pedal shifts. I can't emphasize this enough, guys. This is way better than the plastic ones. Nice speedometer, the rev counter, and a nice digital instrument cluster in the middle for you to see anything that you may need to see about the car, right? Like at the doors open, the consumption, mileage, kilometers per hour, and all types of information that you may find on here. Now look at the car is that you have these nice leather, sporty kind of seats. Nice sporty-ish seats. Sorry, the car's passing by. Let me just close the door. Sporty-ish seats, nice. This is open pore wood now, and I prefer this than piano black on any day, because it does have the Mercedes-Benz creak that you usually find at Mercedes-Benzes, but it's fine. Nice soft materials here, as well as here on the sides. Soft materials, nice and premium, guys. This is literally what a Mercedes-Benz is meant to be like. All right, so taking a look at the infotainment system, you have this nice Well, there's a nice swivel controller here at the bottom here, as well as this nice pad here for you to control. So it's a touch sensitive pad for you to control the infotainment system and pick your options, right? Or if you're driving, it's better just to use the swivel rather to know specifically where you're going. So here you can get your radio, media, connecting your phone via Bluetooth. This car also has Apple CarPlay but does not have Android Auto. So for my Android users out there, sorry guys. And also for the phone's functions, and now to see the vehicle's settings. Now this is a nice display now over here. It shows you the actual car, not the specific spec of your car, but close enough. So here you can get the vehicle settings where I can change the acoustic lock feedback, automatic mirrors, all the different features that you may need just on the exterior of the car. So for here, this is the dynamic selector, right? So I have the option of changing my car from comfort to sport, sport plus, and individual. Now individual helps me with changing specific things about the car, right? So in an individual, I can change the engine to be sporty, the steering to be on comfort, and then also the suspension also to be on sport plus. So I can put all the different factors into the car, putting it in a setting that I really prefer. So another nice thing about the infotainment system is that it offers so much information on the car, and it actually has the proper illustrations to show you what exactly you are dealing with. So that's a nice thing about the car. If you don't really know that much about cars, you're able to learn more about your car through the infotainment system. Another nice thing about this car is that it has the interior lights. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's still pretty, bright outside, so you won't be able to see the interior ambient lighting inside the car. A nice touch to the car. You can change the colors here also on the infotainment system. The car also has its own watch, right? It's not like the SLK 55 AMG's watch, which is the IWC, but it is a Mercedes Benz watch, I guess. So it holds some sort of value, I guess. I also like these nice jet turbine type of air vents here for the air conditioning. It's a very nice touch to it. Very sporty. Also these controls here, these remind me of a fighter jet or any sort of airplane. This car has dual climate zone, right? So I can control the climate for my side, and the other side controls the climate for this side as well as the back. Okay, so let's talk about the practicality of the car. So here we have 2 cup holders, which can hold a sanitizer or a normal bottle, and I mean you wouldn't be putting a 1.5 liter in this thing, so it won't work. Also a nice compartment here in the middle for you to hold your coins down here, so you can connect your phone, like I have a cord here, through the 2 ports that are here. One port being for Apple CarPlay, the other port just being to use your phone to charge. So let's go check out the back and see how well I fit in the back seat of this car. Okay, so we're inside, we're in the back seat now basically of the car, and from my seat settings, guys, I sit pretty far from the steering wheel, man, and I have some space. A bit confined when it comes to my feet here at the bottom, but also it's fine. I have leg space. Headroom I do kind of have, it is a tight squeeze, and that is because of the panoramic roof. But thankfully to the panoramic roof, the car looks bigger inside because it brings in more sunlight, because as you can see, it has the black headliner, black leather, the black open pore wood finishes. So it's a very nice thing to have in the car. And like I said, you have the top part here for the back and here for the front. And also a nice thing about this is that you have comfy seats too, but the issue is that carrying 3 people in this car, this footwell is too much. If I need to put my foot over and sit in the front, right, it's too much, and that will compromise the space for you to carry 3 fully grown adults. Because once you carry 3 people here, your head starts hitting the roof here at the top if you're sitting on the sides. I have storage compartment here with a 12-volt socket, so that you can charge it at the back seat. Storage compartments here. I prefer the nets, because the nets are able to adjust to whatever shape, whatever the shape the object is that you're going to put inside here. Where for this one, it kind of limits it. But yeah, I guess it gives it that nice executive business type of feel, for you to put your files and documents that are very important. The visibility at the back is alright, and that's because of the sloping roof line. But yeah, you can live with that, I guess so. Also, you have your speakers here on the side. This car has a nice speaker system. It's okay, it's nice. The Burmester sound system is much better, but you have to pay a whole lot for that, and you can only get that on the higher level models, that being the AMGs. Even the finishes here for the windows, nice steel finish, man. You know, it feels expensive, unlike the weak plastic ones. The window goes all the way down, so all the kids will be able to, you know, look outside the window. Not every kid will be as tall as I am. Some kids will be like so short. So it's nice for them to have this whole window open, and also it also lessens the feeling of claustrophobia, you know, because now you're able to open the window and relax, because this car also has the privacy glass windows at the back. Also in the interior, nice thing with the interior, you have a couple of spots where there's some AMG badging if you have the AMG Sports Package Align, and that is down here on the floor mats. You have that on the floor mats, and that's about it. All right, and that's about it. Another thing I want to show you guys that's very nice about the car is that on the door sills. So nice thing about the door sills is that here inside you have the illuminated Mercedes Benz on the door sill. So that feels nice. I mean, I have Mercedes Benz. It feels nice that at least there are certain features that I get in my car, you know, given that I'm paying so much for the car. So it's a feature that I really enjoy about that car, as well as the ambient lighting. And you know, without further ado, guys, let's drive this car and see how this C220d, this well-claimed C220d, actually is, and how the fuel economy, which is claimed to be quite good, and I can attest to that, honestly, because I've traveled with this car before, and see the overall Mercedes-Benz experience this car brings for the driver or the owner of the car. Let's go. Okay, guys, so we're inside the Mercedes-Benz C220d. And I'm currently driving in town just to see how the car is, you know, get a feel of the car when you're driving it in an urban area before we go out of town and actually feel the car now for long distance travels and stuff like that. Fortunately, I've been able to review this car properly on long distance travels. I was able to recently travel to Johannesburg from Port Elizabeth, and one of the things that really, you know, stuck out for me was the ride quality. You know, this car is a comfortable car to ride in. And the only issue that I have with this car is that there's a considerable amount of road noise and vibrations coming through into the cabin. So that's a small thing just to consider. Not a small thing, but it's something to consider when purchasing this car, if you're going to travel long distances and so on and so forth. But overall, man, it is a comfortable, you know, ride quality, considering the fact that this car has pretty big alloy wheels and small profile tires, right? And this car also has run flats. So those are things that usually inhibit the ride quality, overall ride quality of the car. But you know, I really can't complain about that. Mercedes-Benz already done a good job in making this car a Mercedes-Benz, you know. And another thing about this car is that this car is, you know, is a C220d. It's a 2.1 liter turbo diesel engine, which produces 125 kilowatts as well as 400 Newton meters of torque. So this car is quite punchy, you know. It is quite punchy. Funny enough, it has less horsepower than the Opel Astra 1.6 turbo sport that I recently reviewed. So one of the funny things you get to realize about these cars is that it is a Mercedes-Benz, but you'd have a smaller car like an Opel Astra Sport, you know, which possesses more horsepower than this car. Okay, so now that we're still driving in town, I want to just go over a couple of safety features that this car has, right? So, well, this car that I'm specifically driving is jam-packed with a lot of optional extras, you know, and that is another thing that I want to just quickly squeeze in before I talk about all the other features this car has, safety features that this car has, is that when purchasing a car, right, like for instance this C-Class, we all know that there's a new C-Class now that is currently out, and another one that's coming in 2021. So the good thing that I would advise people to do, that I would advise even other clients, is that if you want to purchase this car, rather just wait a little bit, right, for the newer version to come out, where such cars like these are now packaged in amazing and attractive deals by dealerships, right, for them to all sell out, you know, so that they can bring in the new cars onto their showroom floors. So that'll be the perfect time where you can get a car with tens of thousands of rands worth of features, which you usually pay a lot for, you know, if you were buying this car brand new, and now you're gonna get it at a very, very good and attractive discounted price. So it's something for you guys to consider when purchasing a car, right? Well, even, you know, more specifically such cars like Mercedes-Benz's, BMWs, the expensive type of cars, right? But just use that trick for any other car you may want to buy, not only for that too. So back to the safety features that this car has. It has lane keep assist, it has the automatic emergency braking, so it has a system here, a radial system here on the top of the rear view mirror, which determines the distance between you and the car in front of you. So it also looks at the speed that you're driving at, and then how quick you're approaching the car in front of you, and it'll alert you first, right, with a beeping sound, and then after alerting you with a beeping sound, it'll automatically brake, put the hazards on, and that'll be the car's safety reaction to the situation that it determined as dangerous. So that's a nice thing about this car, a nice feature about this car also. And this car has the SOS button here at the top. So in the case of an accident or a breakdown, you're able to press this SOS button, and then you will get the attention from the call center or the emergency personnel. And another one which is for the breakdown assistance and the information assistance now, where a person from Mercedes Benz will answer the call and give you any information you may need or any assistance that you may need, alright? So that's one of the nice safety features that I like about this car, okay? And another thing now for you guys to consider is that this car, like any other car actually, it's not even like a special type of feature, which when it analyzes the way you drive, over a period of time, and then it can sense that, okay, now you're starting to lose focus, therefore you are drowsy, and then it'll tell you to stop on the side of the road, and then you have to rest for whatever amount of time you need to rest for you to recuperate and gain your focus again. Another thing about this car is that now with the rear view being not that good, with the sloping roof line, therefore resulting in a smaller rear window. The nice thing about that is that these cars come these cars come with a reversing camera, which is something that helps a lot, because I cannot see I can't even see anything that's underneath the boots or the rear of the car. So it's a nice thing to have. It also just ensures that you drive safely, or you park safely, let me say it like that. Speaking of parking, this car also has the park assist, right, where the car can automatically park itself. It can detect a parking space, and then if you choose that space, it'll then automatically park itself into that space. All you need to do is just put the car into reverse, put it into drive until the car is perfectly parked in whatever space you may want to park in. That's a nice thing about that. Now I'm in manual mode. Woo! I can feel the body roll now, but it still holds its own weight, guys. Promise you. Woo! When it picks up, and it starts moving. So I love this. I love that about this car. Man, even in sports mode, bro, like Sport Plus, sorry, it's like the suspension doesn't really compromise the ride quality that much. You're still able to have a bit of a comfortable ride. It's not comfort mode, but it's nice enough. And yeah guys. Yeah, it puts a smile on your face. I won't lie about that. Okay guys, so what's my verdict on this car? Whether you should avoid it, consider it, shortlist it, or just go ahead and buy it. I would say for this specific car, the C220d, if it is well within your budget, go ahead and buy it. If you are a person who is looking for a car to use on long distance travels, everyday use, a car that is very fuel economic, then this is the car for you. So that's it guys for the video. Thank you very much for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment down below, and share it with your friends and family. Let's grow this community and actually make this a thing. So alright guys, shout out.